Join me as I dive into the heart of the situation in Bangladesh and challenge myself to uncover the truth behind the struggles faced by the Hindu community. Religious persecution is a reality that many communities face worldwide, and one of the most disturbing examples of this is the plight of Hindus in Bangladesh. Despite being a significant minority, Hindus in Bangladesh have been facing discrimination, violence, and even death, simply because of their faith. It's an issue that's often overlooked, but one that requires immediate attention and awareness. In recent years, the situation has only worsened, with reports of temples being desecrated, Hindu homes being vandalized, and even physical attacks on individuals. The most disturbing part is that these incidents often go unreported, and those responsible are rarely brought to justice. In 2020, the Bangladesh military came to power, and since then, the situation has only become more dire. The Hindu community is living in fear, and it's heartbreaking to see a community being treated as second-class citizens in a country they call home. In just one example, an ISKCON priest was arrested on flimsy charges simply because of his religious beliefs. This is not an isolated incident. There have been numerous reports of Hindus being arrested, harassed, and even killed for their faith. The central challenge is that the authorities are often complicit in these acts of violence, or they turn a blind eye to them. It's a clear case of discrimination and persecution, and it's time we call it out for what it is. The Hindu community in Bangladesh has been facing discrimination for decades, and it's not just about religion. It's about cultural, political, and social factors that contribute to their marginalization. Historically, Hindus have been a part of Bangladesh's fabric, but since the country's independence, they've been slowly but surely pushed to the fringes. The 1971 Liberation War saw widespread persecution of Hindus, and since then, the community has been struggling to rebuild. In the 1980s and 90s, there were several incidents of violence against Hindus, and the situation has only worsened since then. Today, Hindus are being forced to convert to Islam, or they're being driven out of their homes. It's a crisis that requires immediate attention, and it's heartbreaking to see the international community staying silent. One story that really struck me was that of a Hindu family who was forced to flee their village after their temple was desecrated. The family had lived in the village for generations, but overnight, they were forced to leave everything behind and start anew. The trauma and fear that they experienced are still raw, and it's a story that's being repeated across Bangladesh. Another incident that shook me was when a group of Hindu women were attacked by a mob while they were celebrating a religious festival. The mob not only vandalized their homes but also physically assaulted them. The police, instead of taking action, stood by and watched. It's incidents like these that make you wonder if we're living in the 21st century or the Dark Ages. In another disturbing incident, a Hindu man was beheaded by a group of extremists simply because he refused to convert to Islam. These stories may seem isolated, but they're a testament to the daily reality faced by Hindus in Bangladesh. It's a reality that's being ignored by the international community, and it's a silence that's deafening. The severity of the attacks on Hindus in Bangladesh cannot be overstated. It's not just about numbers or statistics. It's about real people who are being forced to live in fear, who are being killed, and who are being driven out of their homes. It's a human rights crisis that requires immediate attention, and it's time we stood up and spoke out against it. To summarize, the struggles faced by Hindus in Bangladesh are real, and they're being ignored by the international community. It's time we acknowledge the severity of the situation and stood in solidarity with the Hindu community. We need to raise awareness about the discrimination, violence, and persecution faced by Hindus in Bangladesh, and we need to do it now. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you want to learn more about human rights issues, be sure to check out our next video, where we'll be discussing another critical topic that requires our attention.